Couple guys going out now, Nick. Making yep. Two Nick.
Yeah, I looked at
Two-minute warning. It's a 2-minute warning to our next forerunner sleds.
The final stop of the IBSF Bobsleigh and Skeleton World Cup Tour of 2022 before Christmas, and we are in a whiteout Lake Placid, high in the Adirondack Mountains, at the start of our 3-day weekend. And we begin with Friday Skeleton Day. Men's Skeleton first up. I'm Martin Haven, delighted to be joined by slider and coach Mike Rogels. Mike, you know this track well. What are we looking for here in Lake Placid?
So Lake Placid's kind of a weird track. You tend to set up your sled like you're on a driving track, but then approach it like a gliding track. So you got kind of a medium length start ramp, medium flat, and then it gets kind of steep if you run super far, but most importantly, get settled before curve one. Curve 1 to 2. The only thing you have to watch out for is big skids here. You can lose a second or more. Get into curve 3, you're gonna look for a tap on the left wall, and then kind of middle entrance to 4. And then in the highway, the whole highway, you need height. You want height, which is really, really strange and counterintuitive for sliders, so it feels dangerous. Now you come through, come into curve 10. This is the Gentle Giant of Lake Placid. It's great, huge speed corner, and you get a slingshot to 11 and 12. You're going to see some action here on the exit of 12 today. And then in 14, again, you want some height, and then you shoot out into the chicane, which is this kind of bent straightaway that we have here. 17 is the only kind of normal curve on the track, I think, personally. 18 up 19, ton of pressure here, and then there's a good chance you're going to take a huge hit on the left wall on the exit. So it's a wild track, a little bit gimmicky, a lot of curves where there's nothing else like it in the world, so it's fun.
And it's kind of busy, isn't it? I mean, you know, first couple of corners, no pressure, hold your breath, and after that, corner, finished.
Yeah, you're just in pressure the whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of throwing the sled around a little bit here and there, but it's a lot of fun. When you get a good one and it's flowing, it's a ton of fun.
World Cup points leader Marcus Wyatt, 1 gold medal, 1 bronze medal, ahead of Jung Seunggi of Korea, who has 2 silver medals this season. We started in Whistler a month ago, and 2 weeks ago we were in Park City. Then last week we had the Push World Championships here. If you missed out on that, you can check it out online on the IBSF YouTube site. That was a great fun event in the brand new push start facility here. Air temperature, well, irrelevant because it's thick with snow. Ice, -4. So actually that answers the question we were contemplating. Did they have the refrigeration cranked to the max overnight so they can turn it off for the race to stop the track frosting? Looks like that's the answer.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on with that. Yeah, so should be hopefully kind of fair if they can turn off the refrigeration, let it run, and keep that frost from growing. But yeah. Should be good.
Track's covered pretty much all the way down, so we shouldn't have too much snow ingress. Our start list, 18 athletes in the field. Chen Wenhao of China will be first off. Our World Cup points leader will be going in the second part of the draw. And Great Britain's Matt Weston also looking for his first medal of the season. Marcus Wyatt 13th away. Kessie Ravelli there, who is the president of the jury running these skeleton races today. Chen Wenhao, 26-year-old Chinese. Get the green lights on, get the red lights on. And Patrick Singleton holding the sled. 7th World Cup start for Chen Wenhao. He has been here before 3 times for North America's Cup races. And he won't be enjoying the slight delay. However,
yeah, it's a bit chilly with the wind.
Yeah, not enough to push him out too much of his comfort zone. 9th place in Park City. Last time out, his World Cup best ever result.
Looks like a good entrance to 1, nice and clean. Pretty early. Let's see. There is a little bit of texture on the ice, so it should be pretty grippy. This is looking pretty okay so far.
It's 3. So easy to lose all your speed in those early few corners where there's no speed and no grip.
Yeah, no, it's literally a second if you screw up from 1 to 2. No, this is looking pretty clean so far. He's kind of middle into 10, which is fine. I'm just trying to get... Yeah, no, this is... for some reason, it looks like he doesn't have much speed. I don't know if he's got a lot of control or if the ice is just more textured than I thought. Oh, that's going to be late to 17. He's going to have to steer hard to avoid getting crossed, and he does. So No, he's doing a good job. Uphill.
Finish line, there we go.
Oh, track's not that slow for what it looks like, so he was just doing a good job of managing everything.
54.47. Start record is a 4.70. Yun Sung Bin set that in January 2016. And the track record set by Alexander Tretyakov, December the 13th, 2019. And that was the second of 2 skeleton weekends we had here in 2019, or 3 in the year, actually.
Yeah, so there you see he didn't take the tap out of 3. It's fine as long as you still get kind of a middle entrance to 4, and then here at the end of the chicane, you just see he, you can actually see the straight line that he's on to go late into 17. It's good they have the snowblowers out.
Yep, trying to keep the snow out the track. Well, first World Cup start here for him, and a 54.47. So 1.6 seconds off the record. Not bad considering it's snowy and potentially a little frosty. Lawrence Bostock next up, 23-year-old from Great Britain. 6th World Cup start, has not raced here.
Yeah, he was saying this week that he had to really fight his instincts to, like normally in Europe, if you're going towards the roof, like if you're spiking really high, you want to turn the sled and keep it from getting that height. But in Lake Placid, you have to let that happen. So he kept just like doing these panic steers, reacting to the height. Doesn't work out so well here.
Little over rotation as he loads on the sled, but a 4.78. That's a very good start from Marcus Bostock, from Lawrence Bostock.
Go early to 2, which puts him late off 2. Gets you late height here. That's okay. He's managing it. Oh, a little bump to 4.5. Late height. He's probably going to go middle to late to 6.
There are quite a number of hits on this track you can't avoid on the skeleton sled, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can avoid everything. You can go down perfectly clean, but it's usually not fast. You kind of want to just let it fly. Do what you have to. Kind of, yeah. He did a good job turning it 12. He's good.
1400s up at the start.
That's okay. Get the double tap, the lottery bounce into 17 for the early entrance. This is all fine.
All right, but not as quick.
A little flat. No, not quite so fast.
Yeah, 7/10s back at the line. He'll be very disappointed with that.
So
very bitty run.
He was hitting all the safety points, but he missed some key speed points, it looked like, on the way down, especially with that skid out of 1, basically throwing away your start, and then, yeah, just working hard.
Yeah. And again, you can see that there's not a huge amount of speed in the sleds. They're having to walk up to the finish. They're stopping just about where our commentary position is.
That was a good toe he used to try and keep it from crossing too late into 3. And then, yeah, he did a good job absorbing that hit so he could actually get a useful entrance to 4. So he was doing good stuff. Good reactions to what was happening. It's just he was offline.
Worth pointing out again, of course, that all the British sliders who learned how to slide on Blackrock are now on the Matthias Guggenberger, Martins Ducours sleds, which are 100% different in the way that they react. So
yeah,
they're still learning the sled as well as the track.
Yeah, it's been weird to see some new lines for GB here this week.
Yin Cheng of China, 4th World Cup start for him. Raced here in the North America's Cup in 2019 and 2020.
I like that helmet.
Yeah, the Chinese and the Koreans have all come out with brand new, very glamorous helmets this year. And Yin, gold medal and $1,000, thank you very much, in the Push World Championships to start the competition off last weekend. 481.
Nice. That's a big push. I guess it makes sense all of a sudden. This looks like a nice line into 2. Nice and smooth. Nice flat line in 3. Great entrance to 4.
1100s up on his teammate, Chen Wenhao. And that gap continues to grow,
yeah,
1700s.
You can see the sled snapping off of curves and really accelerating as he's going. A little bit offline there, but not too bad.
Top speed, 111 kilometers an hour, 69 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, nice.
Whistles through the chicane.
Line. Just trickling around the bottom of 18 like you're supposed to, and not too much waves.
Avoids the wall, 2700s up, 54.20.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, it should be. So 9th place in Sigulda in Latvia is his World Cup best. In fact, Park City, last time out, his only World Cup start that was not in Sigulda. He's now done as many World Cups not in Sigulda as he has done in Sigulda, i.e. 2 of each.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really nice, kind of textbook 3-4, especially on a stiff sled. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, and here, I mean, I would say a little bit offline, but he does a good job with some body English, just getting it to go straight.
Avoids hitting everything in sight, which is always good news in the chicane. So Yin Cheng of China, our push world champion, leads. Next up, Florian Auer for Austria. Well, Yin was only in his 4th World Cup start. This is the 43rd for Florian Auer. Just say, by the way, slightly belated happy birthday to Coach Jeff Payne, whose birthday was in the middle of the week. Not 80, as the track announcer rather mischievously announced. Jeff Payne with plenty of experience on this track.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's, super knowledgeable coach.
Having said that, can't actually, oh yes he had, a silver medal behind Eric Benotas back in 2004-5. I think his only medal here maybe.
Yeah, looks like that groove's pulling a little bit to the right on the exit. Now just watch Flo, pay attention to his form. He tends to have some of the best form on tour. He's always compact.
Well, 4th best start, 4th best exit velocity, but needs to drive this well.
Nose down skid into 4. A little bit offline, but it looks like he's trying to let it flow. He's trying to let it fly as much as he can. That was an unintentional pun, by the way. That's a little high over the letters. It's a little hard to build speed from there, but... Nope, we're not getting much airtime out of 12 today. It's good. He's going to go late to 17. He does a good job of turning the nose so he doesn't get up near the roof. Does a good job of keeping it from crossing too hard. To 18. And he's just flowing up nice and flat. Everybody's running pretty flat lines through 19 today. I personally like a more free line, but frankly, that hit at the end can be pretty vicious. So.
Some of it is self-preservation. Some of it is trying to overcome your natural instinct not to hit things, right?
Absolutely. Where sometimes on this track you got to just say, "Oh, this is going to be terrible," and let it happen. Yeah, no, just that nose down skid right as he's coming to 4. So the straightaway from 3 to 4 drops off. So it's like the same feeling as when you're on a roller coaster and the roller coaster like dips down and you lose weight. It's the same thing, and it's super easy to skid right there. Yeah,
winter has arrived. Florian Auer lies in 3rd of 4 sleds so far. First heat of the BMW IBSF Men's Skeleton World Cup in Lake Placid, and here is our world and Olympic champion. Christopher Grotheer now has as many World Cup gold medals as he has world and Olympic gold medals. Let's see if he can accelerate that.
I'm not sure if that statistic is impressive or not. So you see some athletes picking the left groove here.
Yeah.
It gives you kind of a flatter, you get the 2 oscillations in one just like everybody, but it's a flatter lower line. You don't have quite the amplitude. I personally prefer that line, and I like this so far. It's nice.
He's really come of age in the last 3 or 4 seasons, this Olympic quad. He's gone from being sort of there or thereabouts to really being on top of the sled all the time.
Yeah, no, and this is looking great so far. He's doing a good job. His form is excellent, as always.
Only 800s in it, but Yin Cheng and Chen Wenhao are 1-2 for China. Yes, he does. Half a kilometre an hour up.
I like this line.
Yeah, kind of.
It's a little bit rough, but he's carrying quite a lot of speed.
And this is where he'll make the most use of it through the heart.
Yeah. You'll see people pick up a ton.
Yeah, well, that was less than I expected. 200s, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, way less than I expected coming uphill. Maybe he's steering a little too much. I don't know.
Well, in the last third of the track, he closed from 100th back to 100th in front. That is very tight.
Yeah.
Very tight.
I was expecting more of a gap given his speed coming out of 14. Yeah, that's basically textbook. That's what I look for. This is more or less what I look for. Personally, it looks like he's skidding a little bit, and the ice is pretty choppy right now. Oh yeah, he definitely had some skids, so I think he probably went, yeah, okay. That makes more sense now. He did scrub a lot of the speed that he had on the exit of 14.
Never been in the medals on this track. His 2 German teammates have, however. This is Christopher's 6th World Cup race here, and his previous best was 6th. So Christopher Grote leads, 5 down and 13 to go. First heat, Men's Skeleton World Cup. Lake Placid, New York, our 6th starter in the Men's Skeleton World Cup field. First heat is Great Britain's Matt Weston, Martin Haven and Mike Rogels watching the action with you trackside here on a very snowy day in the Adirondacks.
Yeah, Matt's been he's looked really, really good in training all week.
Well, now Matt and Marcus Wyatt are on the brand new sled. Lawrence Bostock is still not on that. So 477, that's a big getaway. 700s off the all-time start record.
Yeah, in the snow. You can see the snow being kicked up by his runner in the groove as he was running. That's a good entrance. That, to me, looks very nice.
3200s up.
Yeah, he's doing a good job building speed. He's good. He's got a good height at the end of 9. Oop. I like that line. Yeah, he's got the highest speed, so.
Bronze medalist in Whistler, disaster in Park City. Which way is this going to go?
It's going to go.
Shoots the chicane.
A little late to 17, but he does a good job of fixing it.
Second best speed, but he's 4 tenths up on the Olympic champion. Matt Weston is going to take the lead by nearly half a second, 53.74. So we are still a second away from the all-time track record, which was set back in 2019.
It is a long outrun if you don't make it to the top. It's steep too.
And even with that speed, he's still not making it all the way up.
Yeah, there's quite some snow. Yeah, you can just see the snow flying out of the left runner in the groove.
Yep.
Just a little offline, and he's drifting kind of to the left as you go into 17, which basically you just know you're going to have to steer.
Woo! That felt good. Can't wait to be home for Christmas and get fat.
I mean, fat is fast, so.
Hang a minute, we've been in North America for 4 weeks already. We're all fat. Portion control has not worked well for us. Jung Seunggi of Korea next up. 21st World Cup start for the 23-year-old. He's raced here in the qualifiers for the Youth Olympic Games, in the North America's Cup, in the Intercontinental Cup as well. 2 silver medals this season already in Whistler and Park City. Boy, Korea not necessarily noticing the absence of Seunggi Jung. He has really stepped up.
Yeah, he's been coming up for a few years.
Yeah.
You can see it coming from a mile away if you've been on the lower tours. But yeah, he's a great talent.
Let's see what he's got to start. 477, the fastest so far from Matt Weston.
Okay. Down to 10. I like the line. Through 1. No, that seems to be working for him.
Well, he does know the track well, so
yeah. Yeah, no, he's got some experience here. He's been here. Lower tours. There's not much to commentate on. I like this run so far. He's doing a good job hitting the speed points.
Well, 4th fastest start. He's up to 2nd on the splits, so he too is ahead of Christopher Grote here at this stage.
2nd speed.
Yeah.
Ooh. A little bit of a flop there, but not up in the roof, so he's doing a good job.
Through the chicane.
Oh, so close.
Little brush, 3100s back. Still going to be ahead of Christopher Grote here on this pace. 2nd best speed will do it.
Yeah.
And just about avoids the wall at the line. 54.11, 2nd spot. So is he going to get a hat trick of silver medals?
I mean, yeah, if that's any indication. Yeah, no, he just did a good job the whole way down. Like it was, 90th percentile on everything.
Well, Seunggi Jung with a start record here, but never won in Lake Placid in World Cup. He's had silvers and a bronze, so there is still the position of first Korean slider to win a World Cup race on this track going begging.
Yeah, so he's just so close to, there's a line where you kind of try to cross through the belly of 15 into the peak of 16, which pushes you over nice and easy to 17. But it's hard to hit. When you hit it, it feels amazing. It feels effortless, but he was so close.
And everything here is happening in fractions of a second, making it really tough to renegotiate. Once you're committed to the line, you kind of have to believe.
Oh yeah, no, once you hit your downsteer at the exit of 14, you just kind of Yeah, hold your butt and pray.
Stand by for some noise. There are a few Florians at the track. Bumped into the family on my walk up the hill here. You can hear his dad with the cowbell. Around 40 friends and family supporting Austin Florian in what is his 30th World Cup start now.
Yeah, he's quite the starter. So we'll see what he does here, especially with his family and everybody watching. There you go.
First thing is at least he hasn't popped the groove. So 478.
Yeah.
Only 100th behind Matt Weston, the current leader at the start.
A little bit rough there. That'll be okay. He can still build some speed from that position. Yeah, he's kind of forcing it a little bit. Okay, kind of a classic American line. We'll see how fast that is today. Apparently there's not much speed to be had on that line today. This is looking good. It's close. Just drifting a little bit late to 17, so he has to do a little steer. And this is smooth. Yeah, this is just fine. It's not fast, but it's...
Time is running away from him. 6400s back, 5th place. He would have wanted a lot more than that from the second fastest start.
Yeah, he's got a second run.
Yep.
And I've seen him throw down some crazy fast times on this track, so he can make
Best result here was 10th place in the February 2019 race. That was the end of that season before we had the double at the beginning of the next one. And Park City 2 weeks ago popped the spur and ended up with 6th place, his best ever World Cup result. So
I can't believe how good his recovery was on that start.
I know, insane.
It was just quick, back to the line. That's why it's important to make sure you go as soon as you get the green light or close, so if something goes wrong. Yeah, just
especially on a snow day.
Yeah, especially on the snow day. Yeah, no, so he just had that skid into 4, which it does limit your ability to build speed somewhat, but he was in a good position to capitalize. Like, the sled position wasn't terrible, just everything kind of got away from him.
Everyone's here, no one's watching at home.
Yeah. Well, some people are watching at home, maybe not the family. Next up for Canada, 21-year-old Blake Enzie, only his 6th World Cup start. He's raced here at the lower levels, North America's Cup and the Intercontinental Cup. Joe Cicchini with the sled.
Yeah, I remember racing against him when he was way smaller than me on NAC, and yeah, something happened, and he's here, and I'm in the commentary booth, so it's looking nice. Oh, a little bit of body English to keep him from skidding, going late to 2, but so he's going to get bumped away. Oh, okay, he's doing an excellent job handling everything. Like you said before, he's got experience on this track, so he got bumped away there. That's going to be rough. Late to 6, late 7. Yeah.
And the problem with the Devil's Highway there is that everything just rushes at you, and there's no room for correction.
Once you get offline, you're offline. He's late to 10, got too high. He's just got no speed, kind of trickling around the bottom of the curves here.
9th place at the moment, our 9th slider, and not too bad the speed at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, he looks comfortable on the sled. He just was off in a couple key areas, which, I mean, you can't do that.
Devil's Highway is about 1/3 of the curves, and if you're wrong in coming off 4, then it's going to be horrible all the way.
Yeah, no, when it's good, it kind of feels like ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man, kind of like bouncing along.
Yeah.
And then when it's bad, it just feels like a nightmare.
You're in the washing machine.
Yeah, literally the washing machine of Lake Placid.
6th place in Whistler to start the season, his World Cup best result so far.
No problems there. He's just, you can really see the compression when you come out of 14. I mean, there's quite a lot of vertical drop in that curve, and it comes into a flat.
Yeah, didn't so much tuck his head down as have it shoved down by
that was not voluntary.
That's racing.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, one more. Always room to tidy up and change the setup. Now, here is a man who won the first race here in December 2019. Axel Jungk finished 4th in the second. So of everyone competing here, only he and teammate Felix Keisinger have actually been on the podium in a World Cup race. Number of the coaches has. Martin Stuckers has 10 medals on this track alone. Eric Bonotis 4, Matt Antoine 3. But Jung, the last man, still competing to win on this track.
Yeah, no, I mean, not quite, you know, he's not the best starter in the field, but he is far and away one of the best drivers.
Well, 7 previous World Cup starts on this track, 6 podium finishes, 6 top 6 finishes.
Yeah, big center podium. Yeah, no, he knows what to do here. He knows how to build speed, even if it gets a little bit wild. He does a good job.
He does look very calm and relaxed, doesn't he?
Yeah.
4200s back. He's starting to pick up speed.
Oh, there's the speed.
This is a proper German slide, isn't it? Mate,
Yes,
building it all at the bottom of the track.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. But he still at the high speed. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he didn't throw it away quite as much as his teammate.
Big skid through the chicane.
A little bit more free through 19.
4500s back. He didn't quite recover like maybe he might have done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, so tied 3rd with
his teammate.
Christopher Grote there.
Weird.
There we go, yeah.
It's almost like they've been working together all week.
Yes, a little.
Yeah, no, it's always fun to watch Axel slide because he's pretty composed. It's pretty rare that you see him with his legs flailing anywhere. Yeah, no. His start always looks good. I mean, technically nice and clean, smooth. It's not like he's struggling. That was a little unfortunate tap, and then this skid is kind of, it's like a hockey stop. Just throwing away all that speed that he spent the whole track building up.
Hallo, es geht nach Hause. Bald bin ich wieder da. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah. He'll be back home in Dresden in a few days. Matt Weston leads from Seunggi Jung, Christopher Grotheer and Axel Jungk tied in 3rd, 100th ahead of Yin Cheng. So first 10 sleds down. World Cup number 3 in the BMW IBSF men's skeleton season. Felix Keisinger, bronze medalist, last race on this track. Last for us was also the last for him here. 21st World Cup start for the electrifying Bavarian.
Yeah, he's a pretty explosive starter. And if you see his pre-run routine on the block, it gets pretty entertaining sometimes. That's a big skid on the exit one, especially when the ice is this grippy.
Always seems to be super tense before the first start.
Yeah, maybe he just gets all that energy out before.
Yeah.
He's looking good after that.
Yeah. This is a good looking run. Second fastest at the moment.
It's good.
All right. Still in second on the splits.
Doesn't
Third
quite have the
best
speed I
speed.
expected. That's good. Oh, no, he did a good job turning the sled.
The hard section. Top speed for the German sled of 72.
Same tap as Axel, but he does a better job of just keeping the sled pointed straight.
Seunggi is 3700s back. This is going to be second place at the line for Felix Keisinger. Oh, it's not. It went away really disastrously.
Yeah, he lost a lot of speed somewhere between 13 and 14, it looked like.
So maybe there was more of a skid going on after the chicane than we saw.
Yeah. I mean, like, so.
See, here it looks okay. He doesn't really get pinged across the track too badly.
I mean, maybe he hit the left wall right at the entrance to 17, and that'll just, ooh, yeah, he's tracking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That basically at that point you end up skidding because it's very downhill just over the last part of the chicane. You end up skidding into 17, and then the pressure hits. And when the pressure hits, you have even more weight on sideways runners, so it's just throwing away more and more speed.
Well, that was a proper curate's egg of a run. Really good down to the chicane and really horrible below it. Ji Soo for Korea then. 28 years old, 2 previous World Cup races here. He was in the December 2019 races, and he was 16th in race 1, 10th in race 2. So what can we expect from him here? Well, he's had 2 5th place finishes, including last time out in Park City as his World Cup best. Teammate Seunggi is currently second. Great start.
That's a start. I was going to say the Koreans are kind of known for their powerful starts. So the snow doesn't hurt them quite so much as some of the more speed-based, like higher frequency starters. looks pretty okay.
1200's back coming into the Devil's Highway.
And he took it off 9 a little too early, a little too middle. You see him go over the top of the letters in shady, so he's going to miss out on a lot of speed there. And now he's just throwing the sled around. So he's not helping.
Shoots the chicane.
And you actually heard the sled skid there.
Yeah.
On our feed. Yeah. So he got a little offline and then got a little bit.
And a tap on the wall to add insult to injury.
Yeah, I mean, he's not far back, right? He's in 3rd place.
Yep.
He just missed a couple key speed points.
Ahead of the Olympic champion by 1500, 1600, so...
Yeah, no, he's not a bad place.
Koreans 2nd and 3rd.
There's more in it, so that's good for him for run 2.
Well, that must be for, you know, if you come down and you think, I don't think I've ever slid this track better than that, and you've still got heat 2, then where'd you go? I'm not sure it ever happens, unless you're Martin Stuckers.
Yeah,
but
try to do it again, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like, that's not a bad position, getting cross up into 4. Here, he knows he's going to go late, and he just kind of... There's 2 ways to shoot the chicane. You go from left to right, or you go from right to left.
Yeah.
Right to left, you just know you're going to have to steer in 17.
Snow continues to fall here in Lake Placid as we get to the yellow jersey of our World Cup points leader. Will Marcus Wyatt carry that through into the new year 2023? We'll find out in the next hour. 30-year-old in his 36th World Cup start. Had a great start to the season so far. Last time out here in Lake Placid, 10th in the first race, 8th in the second. He should be aiming right for the very top here. He's in absolutely excellent form.
Yeah, and again, there you go on the start. He's a very good starter, and he always shows up on race day. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
Well, like Matt Weston, he is using the new Thomas Stuckers, Matthias Guggenberger sled and feeling that actually it is offering him more opportunities to improve.
Yeah, this is... to my eye, it looks like he's hitting all the speed points that I would look for.
Yeah. Maybe a fraction too much control on
Yeah,
this track.
maybe.
But best speed of all, here we go.
Here we go.
Should close the gap, only 800s in it.
A little early, got bumped away.
Skid into 17, 6th best speed.
6th best. Okay, so he lost a lot of speed between the exit of 10. So basically his 10 wasn't giving him as much speed as you would expect.
Quarter of a second back, 2800s back at the line.
You're not going to be too upset about being in second after run 1, but a quarter second back is quite a gap.
Well, if he can hang on to that second place and challenge Matt Weston, then he will take the points lead into the new year. So he needs a good second run.
I mean, he's a little bit loose there, but he gets a good entrance to 4. And then here on the entrance of 14, he was a little too early, so he got knocked away, which gives you late height, which gives you just a little... Yeah, basically he did as good as he could have, I think, given the entrance of 14.
See how much the sleds are leaping and jumping around because the humid weather.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's pretty bumpy.
Yeah, it almost looks like a mogul skier.
Yeah.
Honestly, coming down the track, you see them hopping from bump to bump.
From Ukraine, Vladislav Heraskevich, 23-year-old, had his World Cup debut here back in November 2017. Boy, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. So Vlad in his 41st World Cup start.
Yeah, Vlad's a nice guy. He's fun to hang around with. So I hope to see him do well here today.
Last time here, 22nd and 18th. I think this is a very different